Welcome to 5820.
Find out how to get involved in this year's triathlon, even if you don't swim, bike, or run.
Coming up on 5820.
We take a closer look at the importance of food safety.
5820.
And see who's in the spotlight.
5820, your news inside out.
So we have 3 races this year at the 2011 Hy-Vee Triathlon. We have the age group race. You can participate as an individual or as a team. New for this year, we're bringing a U.S. championship to town. And that's a partnership that we have with WTC in the 5150 series. Those athletes are amateurs that qualify throughout the United States and around the world to come to Des Moines and have an opportunity to participate in a U.S. championship. The 3rd race is our professional race. Those athletes will swim in the river and finish at the state capitol.
For the professional athletes, what's changed is we're only accepting 30 men this year and 30 women. The prize purse is still the largest in the sport. A little over $1.1 million will be given away. What they'll notice this year on the professional side is that the race is not draft legal, meaning that athletes can't bunch up on the bike. Not being able to draft will strategically change the professional event. What Hy-Vee has added to the professional race are a series of preems. There's a monetary bonus given away at the end of the first swim lap. On the 2nd lap, there's also a bonus. Then on each lap of the bike and each lap of the run. So it changes the strategy and the tactics completely throughout the course of those 10 laps. Then you have the average athlete, like myself, that would come and participate because you also want the experience of doing the Hy-Vee Triathlon. The athletes will swim in Grays Lake and cycle through Des Moines and then into West Des Moines, come back into Des Moines and finish, and then they'll leave from the Grays Lake Park and also have the opportunity to finish what I think is one of the most spectacular finishes in the sport of triathlon, on top of that hill where the state capitol lies here in downtown Des Moines.
There are several ways you can be involved on race weekend. The first is by participating. Complete the swim, bike, run event on your own, or race as a member of a relay team.
This is a great opportunity for our employees and our communities to get involved in a healthy lifestyle by participating in triathlon.
If you're not an athlete, don't worry. You can still get in on the action by volunteering. It takes more than 1,200 volunteers to put on a successful event.
We have all kinds of volunteer positions that are available, anywhere from being a swim marshal to a bike marshal, and even on the run, we need run marshals. Water stations. Even before that, when athletes come in for packet pickup and race briefings, we need volunteers at that area.
There's nothing like crowd noise to motivate triathletes. Be a spectator and cheer on the athletes as they race to the finish line.
You can stand right here, watch the professional athletes swim. You can watch them get on their bike, transition to their bike right here. You can walk a block and you can see them run. And walk a few more blocks and there's the finish line.
Hy-Vee and the City of Des Moines have exciting events planned throughout the Labor Day weekend.
On Friday night, we're excited to announce that we'll have the Gym Blossoms here. On Saturday, we have the Iron Kids event out in West Des Moines, where you'll be able to watch some of the best kids in Central Iowa qualify for the U.S. Championship on September 17th. And then on Sunday, you'll have the opportunity to see some of the best athletes in the world compete.
And there's so many other things to do downtown too. For children, we have the Science Center, the Cubs are in town, we have the East Village Entertainment District, we have the Court Avenue Entertainment District. So there's just so many things. I mean, make a weekend of it.
To register, volunteer, or get more information, go to HyVeeTriathlon.com. We hope to see you in Des Moines on September 3rd and 4th.
I'm Erin Zimmerman, Assistant Vice President of Communications, here today with Chuck Seaman, our Assistant Vice President of Compliance and Food Safety. So Chuck, food safety is a huge part of our business. Can you tell me why it's so hot on the radar right now?
Well, food safety has really increased in visibility over the last several years, and that has sensitized our customers to how we do things in the store. They've become more educated and more aware of how we handle food and how that impacts the safety of the food.
And at Hy-Vee, we have a food protection program. You call it food protection instead of food safety. Can you explain the difference?
Absolutely. Food safety is basically keeping food safe to eat. It doesn't necessarily mean it's appetizing to eat or it's necessarily appealing to eat. Food protection is more about the quality and the wholesomeness of the food along with keeping it safe. So we're providing a safe, wholesome product for our customers.
So food protection is part of customer service?
Yes, it is. Food protection is a foundational piece of customer service. Obviously, we don't want to provide food to customers that are going to make them sick or make them ill. So we want to make sure that we handle the food properly and make sure that the customers have a good experience when they come to the store and either purchase or consume products here in the store.
Why is it important for every employee to practice proper food protection?
Our employees are the ones that handle food. They're the ones that are with customers all the time, that manage the food on a day-to-day basis. They are the owners of food safety.
Customer service and our culture are part of food protection, but we also have some policies and legal responsibilities.
Yes, there are. Basically, we have Bulletin 810, Corporate Policy 810, which basically specifies that food safety is everyone's responsibility. So everyone plays a role in food safety no matter what they do in the organization. It's also a legal requirement. We have to keep food safe by law. We have to practice proper food safety and have the right procedures and policies in place in order to keep that food safe at all times.
What are our food protection goals at Hy-Vee?
Well, basically we have 4 goals that we want to shoot for. One is to make sure that we don't sell food that is unsafe or going to make someone ill. Obviously, we want to make sure that the food that we provide customers is always going to be safe and wholesome for them. Second is to eliminate regulatory compliance issues. Obviously, the more time we spend on regulatory issues, the less time we have to spend with customers, and we have less focus on the actual business of providing customer service. The third thing is transparency and accessibility to food safety. We want to make food safety transparent for our customers so that they can see that we are maintaining the safety of the food for them and making sure that it's accessible to our employees so that they have all the tools and information they need to keep food safe. The last is brand protection. Obviously, we have a lot of exposure within the community. We do a lot of community service and a lot of community outreach, and our brand name is in the community, and we want to make sure that we protect our brand by not having any incidents that will create any problems.
Well, thank you, Chuck. That is important information for our employees, and we will revisit this topic in the future.
The Sprouts program is really a garden and cooking program that happens right in the garden to get kids out and learning about where their food comes from, how it grows, and actually make it into a recipe for them to try.
Lots of smiles and lots of fun. Good deal, Ellie.
The kids that are coming out in the mornings are part of our Kids Corner childcare program. And most of them have never experienced any kind of gardening ever. Then the children that are coming out for the community garden classes in the evening, those are designed for an adult with a child.
If you just touch the leaves and then smell, you can kind of smell what the tomato smells like. We tour the garden, we look at some of the plants and how they're doing, and then we also tend to those things. So today we did some weeding, and from that then we go into looking more at that vegetable and exploring it with our senses. Smell your chard again.
Smells like grass.
Once they've explored that vegetable with their senses, they're actually willing to just put some in their mouth and try it.
It's such an abstract concept to them to grow something, especially from seeds. They just can't even imagine how this happens because you just go to the store and you put things in the cart. I anticipate that the harvesting is going to be the highlight of their summer.
This program could be done at any Hy-Vee. I've got basically a whole package, so the lesson plans would be there, the recipes would be there, the tool and equipment lists would be there. And basically it would just be a time to find funding. You liked weeding the garden. The kids are loving it. I'm getting all this community support of people wanting to actually come out and help during the classes. It's been a really great community Hy-Vee project.